am Ashling, and in today's video we hit 200 subscribers. Woohoo! So first of all, I just want to thank you all so much. I am so grateful for every single one of you, and to celebrate this amazing occasion I thought that I would teach you all how to do a basic halo eye. So basically, if you don't know what a halo eye is, it's basically where you have kind of two darker shades here on the outer and inner corner, and then on the center of your lid you have kind of like a lighter shade with some shimmer. You don't always have to have the shimmer, but I like shimmer, so that is the best way I can describe it. I hope that that makes sense. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to create this eyeshadow look, so let's get into creating it. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start out by using this Rimmel Multitasker Concealer in the shade 010 Porcelain as a eye primer. I'm just going to take my concealer brush and I am going to dot one dot on the outer edge here, and then one dot kind of above the inner corner like that. Do the same on the other eye. Then I am going to take my brush and just blend this in on both eyes. I think it's very important to prime your eyes before you do eyeshadow, because I feel like it just creates a really good base for the colors to really pop, and also it helps kind of brighten up the eye. As you can see, this side is a lot more brighter than the other one, so I'm just going to blend this out and then do the same on the other eye. Now I'm going to take this Beauty Crop powder in the shade Fair. This is the Vitamin Bay powder, and I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, tap off the excess, and then just set this in. I feel it's very important to set that concealer in, because then it's not going to move or crease around your eyes. Okay, now I'm going to be going in with the Makeup Revolution Master Icon palette, and I'm going to start off by using this kind of lightest brown shade here at the end. Tap off the excess so it's not too much, and then I'm kind of just going to start by stamping it on to the edge of my outer corner. You want to make sure that you keep it on the outer corner, don't go onto the crease, because we are doing a halo eye, so you want to kind of put the focus on this outer corner. So I'm just going to stamp it on, and then we can focus on blending later. I'm doing it in light layers just so I can really control how much I am putting on. Now I'm going to kind of just slowly blend this out on both directions like this. Okay, so now that that is done, I am going to be going in with that same shade using a very dense shader brush like this here. I'm just going to dig into that, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to go into the kind of above the inner corner and just stamp it on. We can worry about blending later, but for now I just want to really stamp on that pigment. So I'm just going to do a few layers of this and just really stamp that into the skin, and then bring it up a bit. Okay, so now that I have done the same on the other eye, I'm going to take this brush and I am just going to blend it upwards. Kind of keep the blending very upwards, you don't want to blend it out. So now I'm going to take a very small fluffy brush and go into this top kind of almost beige shade here, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to put this in the center as a kind of base to really just lighten everything up like that. So I'm just going to do this a few times and really layer up that pigment. You can probably just see that there was a bird flying in the background there of my window. And then I'm kind of slowly blending it into the edges as well, but keep the blending very subtle. Okay, so now I'm going to take this same brush and I'm just going to dab in very lightly to this white shade here. I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm just going to lightly tap this on the center of that halo there, just to really brighten it up so you can really see the color there. Just really kind of add an extra bit of light. Do the same on the other side, just lightly tap. You don't want to go in too intense with this step. This is just to almost kind of highlight. Okay, so now that I am finished with the matte shades, it is time for the shimmer, and for that I'm going to be using this Beauty Bay 42 color palette. This is the smoky one. These Beauty Bay palettes are honestly so good. They're actually super affordable, like, considering the amount, and the shimmers in this are just amazing. So I'm going to be using this shade here, Wings. So I'm just going to tap this on with my finger. I feel it's always best to apply shimmer shades with your finger because I feel you can really see the true potential of the shimmer. Now, as I always do, I'm going to be taking the flash and just tapping this on to the center. I like to turn the flash on, by the way, so I can kind of see what I'm doing with the shimmer. So I'm just going to dust this on the center of the eye. You want to keep the shimmer on the center of the eye. You don't want to place it all around. You just want it to be really focused on the shimmer. Sorry for kind of blocking the camera. I need to pick up some more of it. So I'm just going to oh wow, that is pretty. So just going to really kind of bring this up like this and just really kind of tap it in. You kind of want almost a more subtle look for this. Like, you don't want it to be too intense. You just want like a twinkle is what I'm going to call it. Okay, so that is it for the eyeshadow at the moment. I am going to add some inner corner highlight as well once I am finished my base, because I feel the concealer just goes over the inner corner highlight, so I like to add that in on the end. But for now, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Expert Liquid Eyeliner. I'm going to do this off camera because I already find it hard enough to do eyeliner in camera, so it's just much easier if I do it off camera. So I'm going to do that and then I will be back. Okay, so I've just done a very simple wing. I wanted the eyeshadow to be the star of the show today, so I just kept it nice and simple. Now I am going to be curling my eyelashes. I always like to do this before I do my mascara because I feel it just really gives my lashes that length. Okay, so now it is time for mascara, and I am going to be using the L'Oreal Panorama Mascara in this shade Black. And I absolutely love this mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras ever. I love it so much. So I'm just going to gently comb this through my lashes. As I always say, make sure you get every single lash when it comes to mascara. Okay, before I do my other eye, let me just show you. Look at that difference. Wow, this mascara is insane. So now for the waterline, I am going to be going in with this Max Factor Kohl Kajal Automatic Pencil in the shade 003 Beige. So I'm just going to take this, and let me get my mirror. Actually, I'm just going to go right in on the waterline and just line this. I love adding a beige to the waterline because it just really brightens up your whole eye. As you can see, it really makes your eyes look bigger. So now that that is done, I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then we will do the inner corners. Okay, now that the rest of my makeup is done, I am going to be going back in with this L'Oreal Panorama Mascara on the bottom lashes. I'm just going to get my mirror so I don't accidentally put mascara all over my face. So I'm just going to put this underneath the eyes. Be very careful with this step because when you're doing this, you can very easily get some on the rest of your makeup. So just be careful that you don't do that and just really take your time to ensure that you don't mess up your makeup. Okay, and now it is time for the final and one of my favorite steps. I'm going to be going back in with this Makeup Revolution palette, and I am going to be dipping into this white shade with a kind of flat, small, very dense brush, and I'm just going to dip into that, tap off that excess, and then place it right into the inner corner. I like to really layer this up because I love a bright, blinding almost inner corner, so just really kind of tap it in. Really, honestly, with an inner corner, I think you can never do too much, so just really tap that in. Now doing the other side because we want it to look the same, so I'm just layering this up over and over again until I get it to the desired amount of pigment that I want. Now finally, with that same brush, I'm just going to be taking the excess and just putting it kind of at the top of my brow bone just to highlight that area and kind of bring the whole look together. So here is the finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it is easy to follow along. I'm going to show you as well what this looks like with the flash on so you can see in more detail there is the eye look. I really hope you enjoyed, and tell me if there are any other tutorials or just videos that you would like to see from me. And I want to finally thank you all so much again for 200 subscribers. I am so grateful for every single one of you. I'm so grateful for all of your comments. I'm so grateful for all of your likes and your support, most importantly. So thank you all so much. I can't believe how much I've grown. Like, I've only started posting in like the last maybe month or so, or 2 months maybe. So thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!